Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video here on Casual Creations. It's been a long time since I've posted, but we are back with some more cycling content and nothing better than a new weekly series. Today we are starting episode 1 of the Time Trial Tuesdays. Every Tuesday I'm going to be trying to post and do a time trial. Currently there is a club that is local to me, the OCC Club. Has a time trial that is every single Tuesday, rain or shine. I've been seeing a bunch of the posts lately and there's been some fast times, but I'm not worried about the other people that are in the group, other people that are riding their TT bikes. I'm going to be riding my beloved Amanda, and once we get down to the course, I will be talking about my setup and a little bit of what I want to practice every single week. Now, I'm hoping to get better, I'm hoping to get faster, and I'm hoping to get fitter throughout the summer. Right now, I have no idea where my fitness levels are, so getting anywhere close to a 27:11 might be out of reach, but I do want to break the 30 mark for a 10-mile course. I feel like I am strong enough to do that, but we'll find out today. So let's get to the course and check out our current ride of the Amanda SL5 disc. Alright guys, so we have the new Pirelli TLR race tires, actually extremely smooth on this Trek Amanda. Now the Trek Amanda is going to be more of a climbing bike than an aero bike, but it is still a good old road bike with those Shimano 105s, and this thing is a beauty. Like I said, these are new tires, but I had an issue getting to the course. I had that front tire pop and a headache, but let's get into the race.
3, 2, 1, go John!
Go John!
That was a good start, but I feel something wrong on the bike. In the wrong gear.
Now, pretty quickly into this time trial, I was still kind of unsure of where I was going to be speed-wise. I actually didn't hook up my my Wahoo correctly, so I wasn't getting any of the speed or cadence information on my Garmin, my Wahoo. Jeez, can't get that right today. So I was going based off of time and time alone, which I think kind of helped me in the end of this time trial, which you'll see kind of towards the end what my actual time was and my splits were. And honestly, I'm not sure what exactly I want to do with these rides. Right now I'm gonna speed them up a little bit, so it's not a full 30-minute video. Maybe it's closer to 15, I guess. But I am going to be posting the whole thing. On average, this start was pretty good, I think. If you heard me earlier when I first started, I did get a good sprint off, but I forgot to change my front gearing over to my large cog. So I was in the smaller gear on the sprint, so I wasn't as fast as I would have liked to go off the start, but it was good enough. And then I had a little bit of trouble kind of switching over to that big gear, and then eventually just getting onto a smooth rhythm. That was my main goal, was to kind of stick into one gear and really push it up any of the small little inclines that we're going to see. I think this course only has about 73 feet of total elevation gained, which is quite nice. It's quite flat, and it's a good area to be on, and honestly, I enjoyed riding with everyone. We got together after and talked about the ride, and as I am here, I'm going to be passing my first person, who's actually on a TT bike, I believe. not exactly sure. I don't remember your name, so I'm sorry. I know it was in my little sheet I was given. But we're going to speed this up here. And like I said, this was one of my first time trials this season, and I wasn't really sure where I was going to come out on top of this route. Like I said to Brian, the guy who orchestrates this time trial, my goal was to get at least around a 29 minutes. So we go past this first road. That road to our right that we just passed is actually the ending. We end right down the hill there. But this course is awesome because it's quite literally just rights. And as I pass my second competitor here on the end, I think his name was Tim. Tim was a cool guy. I think he's new to the area, new to the cycling club. So it was nice to meet him. And like I said, everyone was super nice and welcoming in this group. I honestly am a little shocked that I kind of gelled so well with everyone quite quickly. It's also a little, I wouldn't say it's weird, but it's definitely different being someone who's 25 years old versus most of the people in the group are, in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, all the way up to however old they are. It's always weird being the youngest one in the group because there's this kind of, in a way, there's this sense of immaturity. And while I don't feel like I'm super immature or anything, like some people can take that as a vibe, whatnot. But anyways, we're gonna stop talking about my immaturities and get back onto this route and speed this up a little bit more until about halfway through the route. Actually, instead of cutting it right to the halfway point, I'm going to cut to kind of the first turn, or speed up to the first turn as I get passed by a dump truck here. One of the most of the toughest things that I learned today during this time trial was how bad my turns were. This one wasn't the worst, but it was a bit of slowdown and not the fastest exiting. I need to enter the turns at more velocity, more speed, with less braking. That was one of my biggest issues during this time trial, and we'll kind of see a little bit later when I get passed by one of the guys behind me what exactly is going through my head and stuff. But like, none of my turns were great, and I obviously probably lost about 30 seconds of time to those turns. So it's obviously something I need to work on, and that just comes with time, I think, and confidence on the bike. I've had a few incidents before, and I think it just makes me nervous while turning. So as we continue here on through the route, we're approaching the second right turn. And like I said, everything is just a right turn, which is quite nice. It's something quite easy to practice. But this is somewhat of a busier road and kind of a blind spot to the left. So I need to be careful and not really fly the corner. So I wasn't too worried about the turn there. And honestly, I wasn't too worried about the first turn either. And I mentioned previously, you'll see why I realize I'm not as good as I wish I was on the turns. But at this point, I'm feeling pretty good, and we're approaching the halfway point.
23 seconds up. Gotta keep steady.
Just like that, we're looking quite good here about halfway in. 23 seconds up on the 27:11 time, and I'm starting to get in my head worried if I've overcooked my legs at all. Even though I'm feeling strong, I don't really know how to feel with this time. Like, I feel like I've put some good watts in, but I'm not as tired as I I should be or if I'm too tired. It was a little confusing, but as we come up to this next turn, I look back before it and I'm about 10 to 15 bike lengths in front of the guy behind me. And then coming out of the turn, I get out of the saddle and I see him whip by me, which is shocking. I immediately knew that my turns were abysmal. If I'm losing, 10 to 15 bike lengths to someone, which is unfortunate, but anyways, it's good to know now versus, later, as I almost run over that dead bunny, unfortunately. So if anyone has any tips here about turning, taking advantage of turning, whatever it may be, please send them to me or tell me about it. I would love to, get better and faster on the bike and hopefully improve this time that I'm hopefully putting down, which is pretty good, as I'm up quite a bit on my previous best, which I never thought I was going to get close to this summer. But as we can see, we're honestly not losing too much distance to the guy ahead of us. It kind of seems that his effort to pass me after that turn might have put him a little bit over the edge, and I don't know, maybe I can catch back up. That's not something I was really thinking of as I take this next turn. I end up getting passed by the next guy right after that turn, so I mean, it's just more proof to me that I need to get better on these turns. But with one guy up the road, maybe 10, 20 seconds, and then this guy's absolutely flying, so I know he's much faster than I am. Instead of, tucking in between that slipstream, I end up just staying out in the open and deciding, hey, let's not worry about a slipstream. Let's try to get our best personal time with zero help. And we're approaching the 1 mile point, and I see both of my competitors right ahead of me. And I am currently 43 seconds up on my time of 27:11, which is, I couldn't believe it. I thought I was going to run out of gas here with about 2 miles left. I ended up taking it a little bit slow through that last mile. Kind of the reason why those guys were able to fly by me, or that second guy was able to fly by me. I took a little bit off the pedal and decided I would keep it for this final mile. And this is going to be all out from this point on. And I kind of need to figure out when is the right time to do it. But you're going to see that I have more energy than I think I do. I'm going to close this gap up quite quickly going on to this final mile. And as you can already see, like, that light is getting closer. And both of them are slowly getting caught by me. And there might be even a chance for me to catch them at the finish line if I'm strong enough, if I have enough energy and enough fuel. Which, shout out to Core Life Eatery. I ate there for lunch and had a great buffalo chicken bowl with double chicken and rice, purple rice. Amazing. I absolutely love Core. Core is a great place to eat. Core, if you want a partner, oh, I'd love that. Fuel me for my Tuesday time trials here on the channel. But enough about my lunch. I'm closing in on these guys. It might be a second per minute. I don't know. A second per 20 seconds, maybe. But it's slowly but surely I'm reeling them in. And we see the truck at the end of the line. I'm not actually sure if you'll be able to see it right now. But in my eyeballs at the time, I can see it, and that is pushing me harder and harder. All I have to do is get over this small little bridge, get past the finish line, and take my time. I am absolutely cruising now, but there is a car behind me, so I'm a little worried to gun it here for a sprint finish. But there's the finish, and here we go.
Let's go, baby!
Way to go.
Thank you.
26:35.
Holy shit. look up your time
I-
from last year?
It was probably around that.
Seriously, 29?
I haven't even biked much this season either. I've been
Wow.
slacking.
My recollection was that you.
So now we're going to take a quick look at the Strava times. This was kind of my history of the route. And obviously you see the new personal best. And moving on to the actual segment, 26:33. Unbelievable time. Super quick from me and super surprising today. So let's go do the cool down.
Post time trial. I'm outstanded with my time. Shocked even. It's just an unbelievable, I don't even know like how to describe it. That was just the best thing that could have happened today. And it was a shocking time. I felt quick. I think part of it were the tires, the tire upgrade, and obviously the fitness has to be there, right? Like that's something that just has to be there if I'm going to be that quick and that fast. Excuse me. I didn't stop to do any of my water bottle, like a sip of water. I was like, it's 30 minutes at most. Like, I don't need water. And I had the worst time getting here. I actually popped the front tire while inflating it, and I ended up needing to rip off my old tube from my old bike, and it's a small wheel, or it's a small tire on a bigger wheel set, so it's hard to get off, and I couldn't find my tire levers. It was a nightmare. It was a hellhole to get out here, and I thought I was gonna miss it, but wow, what a time. And you know, the guys I met today were awesome. I got beat by two of them, only by a little bit, which is really nice. I finished with them. I think I could have beat the one if there wasn't a car behind us. But yeah, unbelievable time trial. I'm so happy I did this. And I'm going to be back next week. We are going to be getting weekly time trials as long as it's not raining. Maybe we'll do Zwift ones on Tuesdays. Who knows? I can't believe it. Anyways, if you've watched this video, thank you. I appreciate it. And if you want more of these, please let me know. And things that I can improve on this too, right? Like if you want to see different angles or something like that. I don't know. I got to work on it. But I'm in shock that I was able to do what I did today. So thank you guys, and we'll see you next time for the next Tuesday time trial.